for someone who is only looking at us virtually this year and might be interested in applying, might be interested in the University of Minnesota, what would you say to them?
I would say,
Trying to think. I just think everyone should go to the University of Minnesota for residency training.
Probably everybody's telling you don't stress it. Very common advice that you would say that's not helpful, right? But I would say wherever you end up, you're probably meant to be there. If this is not a program that works for you, be it another program, but I really recommend the people here, the size of the program, the country that it is in.
I went to a bunch of interviews and, just had these casual conversations with people. And when I came to the University of Minnesota, it was clear that there was a system. And I actually sort of appreciated that afterwards because it felt like a real earnest attempt to get to know the applicants and, not sort of this hand wavy, how do I feel kind of thing. But I remember in the interview being caught a little bit off guard by it because I went into these interview rooms and I was like, okay, we're going. I guess this is like the real deal. So if you're watching this before the interviews, then be ready to have an interview.
But it is really impressive to me how carefully the program is listening and adjusting and adapting as residents need new things to go out into the world.
I think one of the biggest things that Emily Borman-Shope likes to highlight, and I like to highlight as well, is to really think about our program's like clinical structure and whether that's a good fit for you. So I think the fact that we rotate at 4 different hospitals is an incredible training experience, but it can be quite challenging at times. And so when you're interviewing at certain programs, really dive into what does their hospital system look like and is that a good fit for me?
Especially if you're not from here, there are definitely challenges to it. But at the same time, if you have an idea, the program will let you run with it. That I think is one of the biggest plus points of what we have.
If whatever it is you're looking for doesn't exist, that doesn't mean that the program can't help you do it. It just means that you might have to figure out how to do it within the program.
If there's something that you want to get out of residency, we either have it or Emily Borman-Shope has a way of getting it to you. I don't think any other program director in the country is more willing to be like, I can make that happen for you. Give me some time and we will make that happen.
I want any applicants to the University of Minnesota Pediatric Residency Program to know that if you're fortunate to come here, it's going to be a very great experience for you. You're going to work hard because we expect residents to work hard, but in the process, I feel like you would learn a lot and you would also have great teachers.
I would want to tell them just like what a great group of people we are. Not to brag, but like my co-residents are incredible. Like we work really hard, but we have so much fun, and it's really overall just like a happy, positive place to train.
All the attendants I worked with were people that were approachable, and I felt like I could always count on them to support me with whatever management decisions I had to make as a resident.
Of course, the program director, of course, all the co-residents that you meet and stuff like that, but the vibe of the program, like education staff, it makes a huge difference to have those people on your team and to make the day-to-day run smoothly. So regardless of where you end up interviewing and ranking, make sure that's something that you pay attention to.
Being an EPAC is kind of a unique situation, but one of the things that they had us do for EPAC that I feel really thankful for is they still had us come to like the residency interview day. And like at that day, I felt like everybody that was there from the minute that you walked through the door, it was just like a culture of like, oh my gosh, we're so excited to have you here. And one of the things that I had told my roommates when I came home from the first day is I don't know if I'm kind enough to be in this program because everyone is just so great. I never thought that that was something that like I would have to be like, oh, I have to be better. Like I want to be better. And people around me that are in the residency program encourage me to be better. And I think that that's an incredible culture to be a part of.
People were like trying to like make a decision in terms of how much level of support they would get from a program. I think you have like the best support in this program. And it's not just in words, it's in actual day-to-day activities and how they just show up for you. Just even like program lunch, like weekly lunches, and just like maybe you're attending, even offering to like write your notes for you, like just people just showing up for you.
I think that's one of the things that I'm like the most proud of in our program is how people are willing to help each other, and just how, you know, when somebody's, you know, whether it's that their kid is sick and they need to leave work early to like pick them up from daycare and get them to a doctor's appointment, people are immediately saying, oh, why don't you take short call today? I'll stay late and we can swap later, you know, or if it's something bigger, people are willing to like, you know, work those extra shifts to like help somebody have the time off. And
for anybody who likes county hospitals, Hennepin County Medical Center is a great option. And then there's also private hospitals like Children's Minnesota, which are great.
I really have not run into mesh traffic at all. And like the people are so focused on like being active and outdoors, and like there's obviously a huge focus on diversity here. You have tons of refugees, tons of just a wide variety of people, and people just respect each other in a way that I haven't seen before.
I always, participate in residency interviews, and I always tell applicants who are interviewing, I'm going to let you in on a secret. The Twin Cities is really the best place to live in the country, but please don't tell anybody that, because we really like it here and we don't want the secret to get out.
I could talk about, the diversity of experiences in different hospitals. I could talk about the people, the populations that we see and care for. But I think for me, a lot of why I'm still here is the people. When you hear Minnesota, you think, oh, it's a very cold place. It's a place where it's cold 6 months of the year, and you should probably stay away from there. But it's the people. It's the people that have kept me here. It's the people that reach out and say, hey, do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to do that? That have supported me. The mentors, the peers that have made Minnesota my home. The peers that I now call my friends. It's not somewhere that it's talked about, in glowing terms everywhere, but it's somewhere that is very warm in terms of the people that are here, and very accepting, very kind, a lot of very helpful people along the way from me. So that's why I'm still here, and I still call Minnesota home.
I would encourage you to reach out to any of us if you have questions, and we'd like to make you feel as at home as we can, even though that's over Zoom. But just know that I think there's something special about the University of Minnesota, and it really does feel like they just want to get to know you and be your friend and be your supporter, which is really unique.
M4 year, the final year of medical school, is a great time to hang out with friends, do something fun, get out of the hospital for a bit and enjoy your time and take full advantage of that. I think all of you will do great with the residency interview progress. You'll survive, you'll make it through it, and match day will be here before you know it.
I think we should leave it there.
Yeah, I agree.